Hey guys, thank you so much for choosing At Home Yoga with Nicole to do your practice today. If you like this video, be sure to check out my Patreon, which is listed in the show notes. Also subscribe because a new class is going to be out every single Monday. And then if you'd like to donate for content creation for future videos, you can always donate at Venmo or PayPal. All of that's listed on my Instagram at Home Yoga with Nicole, all one word. Thank you so much. Enjoy your practice. Welcome to At Home Yoga with Nicole. I'm Nicole. This is my home. And today we're doing a class called Balancing Act. So you may want to go join the circus after you're done with this class, but it's all going to be focused on balance. So don't be afraid that if you know your balance might be off today, to be near a wall or near a doorknob. Always helpful here, but we'll also continue to flow through, focus on the core, and have some fun here, right? It's all about you and having a good time and moving your body. So if you're ready, we'll head over to the mat. So we're gonna start in a comfortable position here, seated. Whatever that is to you today. And as always, this is your class. So if anything I do doesn't feel right to you, absolutely find a different variation that does feel good. It should feel nice to you. It's your at-home practice, and I am here just to be your tour guide. You don't have to always follow me along. So, finding that comfortable seat. Sit tall. Relax the hands to the legs. So, if your legs are straight out, it might be to the tops of the thighs. It may be palms up here or palms down, depending on what feels right to you today. And I want you to just start to connect to your breath. And not just the breath on the outside, but feel it from the inside. Your breath is your fuel. Fill up. You can quote me on that. Start to slow down the mind, blurring out what isn't serving us right now during our practice, and having a narrowed focus on what we want to get from this practice today. Start to listen to the soundtrack of your space. My soundtrack includes the humming of my old refrigerator in the other room, my doggo eating a treat, the creak of the door. It's a snowy day here. It's been a snowy day here for a long time. So if you are doing this in the spring or summer, be thankful for the sun. And start to notice the quality of air around the outside of the body. Notice the taste in your mouth and the smells in the room. And let's set that one-word intention. So focus on one singular word that you want to dedicate your practice to today. And it may even be a person. But make it personal to you. Bring that word behind the third eye, and let's do 3 nice cleansing breaths. Inhale through the nose, side out through the mouth. Make some noise. Again, inhale, breathe in that one-word intention. And sigh out through the mouth. One more. Inhale through the nose. And sigh out through the mouth. Let's flutter the eyes open. We'll take that right hand, place it down to the earth. Root down, opening those tree frog fingers. Inhale, left arm to come up and over. Getting that beautiful side body stretch. And having some fun if you want to dance here. Wiggling the fingertips, head can shake. And then we're just going to dive down and flow through to the other side. Tree frog fingers. Have some fun. And inhale up. Nice. Inhale, interlace those fingers. Exhale, turn them forward. Pull the belly button back, chin to chest. Inhale, arms up. Shoulders away from the ears. Maybe gaze comes up. Exhale, release. This is a flow I often do. So you may know it, you may not, but you'll catch on. We're going to do this 3 more times. Inhale, interlace. Exhale, push away. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, float those hands down. 2 more. Inhale, interlace. Really feel it from the inside. Exhale, push away. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, release. 1 more. Inhale, interlace. Exhale, push through. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release. Nice. And let's just take our arms up to the sky, almost like a seated star pose. Gaze comes up, shoulders melt down. Strong spine. Check in. Are you sitting tall? Are you leaning too far forward or too far back? Take up space. One more deep breath. Energy through your fingers. And slowly lower down. Great. Let's make our way to tabletop. Open up those tree frog fingers. Take a moment to just do some organic movement. That may be cat-cow for you, or it may be some other movement here. Whatever it is, make sure it feels good. Maybe rolling through the neck. Opening up those fingers, we're going to make our way to our first downward dog. Pedaling it out. Breathing here. Turn the toes in slightly. Imagine that string crossing over right at your hip crease and someone's pulling you back. Hug those arms in by the ears. Relax the head. Nice. We're going to do some plank waves. How we'll do that is we'll inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, roll forward to plank or modified plank. Inhale here. Exhale, pull back. Great. We're going to add some shoulder taps here though. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, come to plank. If this is enough, great. Or do tap, tap. Exhale, release. We'll do 3 more. Make it feel good, whichever version is right for you. You can also lower to the knees and tap. Inhale, lift, bend. Exhale, release. Inhale, tap, tap. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale, heels, bend knees. Exhale, release. Inhale, tap, tap. Exhale, pull back. 1 more, you've got this. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, come to plank. Inhale, tap, tap. Exhale, back. Nailing it, yes. Not easy, good core work. All right, we're gonna look back, bend those knees, walk the hands back to a nice forward fold. Let the head hang heavy like a bowling ball. Shake it out, yes, no. And let those hands just hang wherever they rest. Try to shift the weight slightly forward into the toes. And breathe into that lower back. Balancing poses are about balance, but they're also about a strong center. So that's why we start with a little bit of core. Root through the feet, let's slowly rise up. Finding Tadasana, your beautiful mountain pose. Stand tall. Nice. We're gonna do a little tree pose here. So shift the weight over to the left foot, really firm up. And then that right leg is gonna come above the ankle, to the middle of the calf, or to the inner thigh. What you want to do is avoid the knee. Wherever you're at, bring the hands to prayer in front of you. Find your balance. Now, if you need a wall, great. Listen to your body. Soft gaze at a point in front of you that's not moving, so not me. And you're gonna feel the body constantly adjusting. There's our balancing act. Breathe. Tall spine, length through the crown of the head. Nice, and let's slowly release. We'll do the other side. Sometimes a nice roll through the standing leg is always nice through the ankle. And shift the weight over to the right side. Firm up. When I say firm up, it doesn't mean lock everything out, but it's activating everything. Strong leg. Quads are lifted. We're tucking the lower ribs in, which is encouraging the booty to tuck under, just as we do in Tadasana, just as we do in mountain pose. Once again, we're gonna bring that foot, whatever place feels right to you today. It's not always gonna be that inner thigh, or sometimes it is. Use the core, soft gaze. And be playful here. Balance will always tell you how your body's feeling. So oftentimes, if you're feeling really out of balance, it might mean you didn't eat enough today. It might mean you didn't sleep really quality sleep last night. But I love balancing postures because man, will it tell you how your insides are feeling. Be patient though, like have a sense of humor about it. You fall out, no biggie. Last few breaths. And let's slowly release and roll through. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Walk those hands out. We're gonna take a vinyasa. So you can do knees, chest, chin, or shift forward from plank, lower to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. We'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Knowing vinyasas are always optional. Nice. Let's inhale, right leg up. Look between those hands, step through. Keep the right heel up. We're gonna inhale up to high lunge. High lunge is a balancing posture. Notice if your legs are in a tightrope line, there should be a line between them. Engage the inner thighs. Nice. Take that left hand, we're gonna reach back, keep that front leg bent, and find an opening of the heart. Arm comes back through. And now we're gonna bring that back leg up slightly. Hands come back. So we're getting this beautiful airplane arm. You're gonna feel the front leg engage. Gaze is just slightly out in front of you, a la Mulan, your reflection. Honestly, this is it seems so weird, but it's such a good activation of those legs, of the glute. And if you're a regular yoga practitioner, you probably know where we're headed. You can hang out here if you're like, my leg is turned on, this is enough. Or we're gonna head to Virabhadrasana 3 or Warrior 3. So what you'll do is shift the weight forward, lift that back leg. Airplane arms, front leg is straight and strong. Be mindful that the hips are pointed straight down. Keep breathing, give yourself breaks. You're gonna feel that glute turn on. We're having fun, we're balancing. Think of yourself at the circus in the most fabulous outfit you can imagine. Last few breaths for 3, 2, 1. Lower down, high lunge. Oh yeah, you can feel that glute. And then we're just gonna paint the hands forward, take a vinyasa or meet in downward facing dog. So lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, cobra or up dog. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Gotta do the other side. Doing a beautiful job. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step on through. Back heel is popped up. We're headed to high lunge. Now, high lunge, you want to make sure that you're not putting too much strain on the lower back. So a great way to check in with that is to allow the back knee to bend slightly, so you can tuck the tailbone under and then play with straightening that back leg. Nice. We're in balance, right? We're testing the balance by taking that right hand back to the back thigh, left arm reaches up and over. Heart opener, a back bend. Keep breathing. Think of that one word intention here. And then coming back through, close the gap slightly. Shift the weight forward, hands and airplane arms. Gaze is forward. Feel all 4 corners of that front foot grounding down. So big toe mound, little toe mound, back 2 corners of the heel. Not too much weight on this back foot. So you can even really point the toe. Feel a nice calf stretch here, but the weight is tilted forward. You'll feel the glute on the left side turn on. Arms are back, so we're getting that nice back bend, that chest opening. We're balancing here already. So if you want to hang out here, that's great. I'm going to readjust because I'm a bit close to the wall. Keep breathing. Nice. All right, we're going to shift forward, Warrior 3. You've got this. Shift forward, lift that back leg. And give yourself the side wall if you need. It's totally fine. If your leg doesn't come up that high, that's okay. The danger here is to twist the hip open. This is a totally different pose. We want the hips square down. Hands can go to hips if the arms back are a little bit too difficult. Find the version that feels right to you. Great stretch to the hamstring, the glute. Keep breathing here. We're holding it. We're loving it. We're doing it for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Find that high lunge. Yes! My booty's on fire. I don't know about yours. And let's lower down. Step back into plank or modified. Take a vinyasa. Meet back in that downward dog. Oh yeah, you got it. You're doing it. All right, look between those hands. Baby step those feet on through. Coming to the top of your mat. Nice forward fold here. Let the head hang heavy. I remind you every time because I need a reminder every time. And breathe into the lower back. Breathe into those hammies. Give yourself a generous bend of the knees. If that feels right today, you've got this. Only a couple more. One more standing balancing pose and then a couple seated. All right, root down through the earth, roll up. Head should be the last thing up. So take your time here. We're gonna go into standing forehead to knee. Now there's 3 steps to this, so you stop where your body wants to stop today. We're gonna shift all the way over to the left side. Firm up through that left leg. And then with hands to hips, we're gonna inhale the right leg up to a 90-degree angle. So try it with the breath. Inhale. We've got a 90-degree. We don't want it too high because we'll put stress on the lower back. And then create a 10-finger grip in front of the knee. So this might be where you hang out. I already feel the challenge. Continue to breathe here. Shoulders relax down the back. Or you want to take it a step further, you can begin to hinge forward at the hips, creating a 10-finger grip underneath the front of the foot. You can hang out there. Keep breathing, give yourself breaks. Now, if you are folded forward, gaze is going to be down. And then, if you want to take it a step further, you can begin to kick that foot out. Straight leg. Whew, I shouldn't look at the screen. And then maybe the face folds forward. Now, any version you're in, you're going to get this beautiful stretch. So it could be here, underneath the foot, or kicking the heel forward. Last few breaths, holding it here for 3, 2, 1. Nice and gently release down. Roll through that left foot, not an easy pose. I taught that pose for many years in the Hot Yoga Bikram series. And doing it in like 100-degree heat, 65% humidity, your hands are slipping off your feet. I mean, talk about a wild ride. It still feels like that. I'm still sweaty here. Anyway, let's do the other side. Enough about me. Shift the weight over to the right. Firm up. Really important, firm up that right leg. Great. Hands to hips. Inhale, left leg up 90 degrees. So it's straight femur bone here, just as we do in low lunge. 10-finger grip below the knee. If you find you're pulling it up too high, release a little, fold forward. Because we know the next step is going to be to fold forward. Breathe. One side is going to be different than the other. This one's a bit more difficult for me. Maybe bending forward to that 10-finger grip. Maybe kicking forward. Maybe forehead comes down to knee. Wherever you're at, be patient with your balance. Breathing here. It may be hanging out here today. That's awesome. We're strengthening the glutes, strengthening the quads, the femur. Last couple of breaths here for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Woo-hoo-hoo. Give your ankles a little lovin'. Amazing. Awesome. Find Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a breath. Let that heart rate come back down. Refocus your intention. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant those hands, step back. Take a vinyasa or skip it. Inhale, up. Exhale, release back. Find your downward dog. And folks, it's time for a child's pose. Knees as wide as the mat, toes together. Pull on back, release the forehead down to the mat. Whew. And breathe. And just as I said, every day is going to be different, and that happens for instructors as well. Certain days, those poses come very naturally to my body, and some days they don't. And that's okay. And just like you give permission to any of your instructors, if you're like, if you can't do that, that's okay. I'm giving you permission. You give yourself permission to take your time and know that you can return to a practice over and over and over again and learn something new from it every single time. That goes for a lot of things. Keep breathing. Nice. One more deep inhale. We're gonna sigh it out with a vocal sigh. Ready? Inhale through the nose and sigh it out. Nice. Let's slowly make our way up. We're gonna come into a seated position. And from here, we're gonna do bound ankle pose. So bring those toes together, knees open wide, kind of like butterfly. You can even flap your butterfly wings. And hands to the ankles or the shins. Sit tall here. Feel the opening of the heart, of the chest. Let those knees just fall open. Nice. Now we're going to do some balancing bound ankle. So we're going to shift the weight back, almost like in bow pose. And then bring those feet up. So the way to get it there is the grip on the shins or the ankles, putting the tips of the toe down to the mat, and then lifting the feet. Core is engaged. So make sure the chest, we don't want to round through like we're falling, but the chest is lifted. Kissing the inside of the feet. We're balancing, right? Another version. Taking core, have some fun. This is great for the hip flexors. Now we're going to transition it to flowering lotus. What? So, some people can just put their arms over their hands, but bringing the hands underneath the calves, there we go, and then closing, you want to get real fancy, close the pinky and the thumb. Reach the heart through. Flowering lotus or human pretzel. Talk about joining the circus. It's so good for your core strength, for your hips. Heart is forward, eyes are open and bright. Give yourself breaks. Keep breathing. We're doing awesome. Nice, and then slowly release. And do it in the most fun way possible, right? Beautiful. All right, we're gonna make our way to our backs. I'm in a mood today. Nice. Plant those feet on the earth and push the tops of the thighs away. You'll feel the lower back reach down towards the mat. Long neck. Nice. And then bring the knees up, hands to the tops of the knees. Let the knees drop. So you feel kind of length in the arms here. You might even feel a rounding in the lower back. Nice. When you let go of these hands, just let the bottom of the feet just drop to your mat. Heavy. Try one more time. 1, 2, 3. Yes. You'll feel that kind of wiggle back and forth. Inhale, right leg up. Cross the ankle over the knee, upside down pigeon. So one hand goes through the little hole you created on the inner thigh, the other one to the outside of the left leg. Create a 10-finger group underneath, behind the knee of the left leg. Bring that left knee nice and close to the chest. Encourage the right knee to open nice and wide. Nice. Maybe even a rock side to side. And then let's slowly lower. We'll do the other side. So inhale, left leg up, cross that ankle. Hands go through the hole, grip behind that lower right knee. through the ankle if that feels good. Knowing you've made it almost to the end. Nice. And then nice and slow, let's lower down. And then we're just going to lengthen through that left heel, or rather right heel. Left foot's going to come to the inner thigh. So we're basically just laying down, doing a tree pose. Arms come up overhead. Tuck those shoulders underneath. So you're going to still activate through the right heel. But you'll feel the beautiful opening with gravity making you heavy this way. The hip falls open. Nice deep breaths. And let's switch. Left heel comes out, right leg to the inner thigh or ankle. Just watch the knee. Feel that opening of the hips, how they're square up to the ceiling. Never hurts to do a balancing pose on the ground. And breathe. Nice. Let's release, bend both knees. Roll over to one side. If you'd like to go into Shavasana, that's great too. Or we'll slowly peel up. Oh, Winston's coming to join us. Come on, you can come. We're finishing. Here he is, ladies and gents. The famous Winston. Couldn't wait any longer. All right, we're gonna sit tall once again, returning to that seat where we started. Come here, baby. Come on, you can sit with me. He knows I'm sweaty. And hands relax to the knees, just as they did at the top. You can power down the eyes or a soft gaze. And say a little thank you to yourself for dedicating your time to your practice. Because the hardest part, right, is rolling out the mat, clicking on the video and saying, I will do this video. And you did that. And say a little thank you to yourself for dedicating, like I said, your practice, but also to your mind, to finding the joy in moving your body. And then we'll finish out practice the same way we always do. Winston will be my helper. We'll bring the hands together in prayer. Bring the thumbs to the center of the forehead for wisdom. To the center of the mouth for freedom. And to the center of the heart for love. Thank you for choosing at-home yoga with Nicole to do your practice with. It means a lot to me. It's very special to me. Revisit this practice. Notice what days you're feeling in balance and what days you're feeling out of balance. But continue to laugh at yourself. Continue to have fun. Continue to know that it's all about the journey. We hope you have a beautiful day. You ready? Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you all. I'll see you again next week. New class every Monday.